Hello and welcome. It's the Curious Pigeon here, and today we are taking a look at my experience staying at the Splash Landings Hotel at the Alton Towers Resort. So I hope you enjoy. I actually stayed at Splash Landings from the 7th till the 8th of September, so just for one night. For myself and for my partner, it cost us £158.40 for two people, 2 rounds of 9-hole golf, breakfast for both of us, free parking, and of course going in the hotel entrance. Now, I have to say, I was really impressed with the theming of this place. It was incredible. Look at this. I do partly wish that bathtub was themed on the Flume bathtub, but enough of me going on about the Flume again. I just thought this place looked great. It didn't look worn. It just looked really well themed. There were fish, which I was actually really surprised to see. And I just thought it looked brilliant everywhere. So this is the Beachcomber room. You'll have to forgive the portrait photos that are in this video. But here is some of the artwork, which again really captures the theme and the nature of the hotel. I was really impressed with the attention to detail in here, especially with the lampshades, but I have to say, I was a huge fan of the carpet. And even by accident, my holdall there has pineapples on it, so I was matching the theme. We had the bunk beds, so probably not a great view, but just here at the bottom, there's this sort of bottom part of the frame, and it sort of really juts out, and it's not like rounded or smoothed or anything. It's just like a very harsh kind of right angle, and you'd think that it would at least be kind of rounded and curved and smoothed off, but I can definitely imagine small kids running into that. And even though we didn't have any kids with us, they still provided the crayons and the little activity booklets. You had a nice selection here. The only thing I was missing was decaf coffee, but again, still a nice selection. And you had a nice little telly, not too small, and just, it was really nice. The fan was very welcome because it was quite warm in there. And the bed was really, really comfy, but the whole place was really clean. And I just loved the theme, and I really, really loved this bedding. They are missing a trick not selling this bedding, because I think some people would definitely buy it, and the lampshades as well. Not the most thrilling view, but you're not looking out the window for very long, are you? Just a nice little stream there and a load of trees. Could be worse. Could have been a building site, but it was all right, actually. I didn't mind it at all. So I really did like the room. Like I said, it was £158.40, not just for staying in the room, but for all the other perks as well. I just loved the carpet so much. So now on to the bathroom. One thing I loved about the bathroom was the towers in the picture there. I thought that was such a nice little nod, really clever, and it just fitted as well. I just thought that was a really nice touch. I love attention to detail like that, so I always try and keep an eye out for it. But again, in here, everything was really nice and clean and fresh. We had the nicely pressed loo paper as well. And we had the toiletries. So we had the Mercy Handy, which I've never heard of before, hand and shower gel. And then again, the same products in the shower as well. And it was a nice little bathroom, big enough size, a good flush on the toilet, and a really nice big picture again in the bath and shower unit. And you can see those toiletries there. But really, really liked it. And the person that cleaned our room was Craig. I forgot to do what I wished I'd done, which was hand in the little card with the name on. So I don't know if you saw back when I looked at the tea and coffee, but there was a little, like a business card, and it said, Craig cleaned your room. If you want to give them extra recognition, hand it in at reception. I forgot to do that. So if you do stay in one of the Alton Towers rooms, hotels, lodges, whatever it is, and there is a little card, if you can hand it in, please do. I'm really gutted I forgot, because I would have liked to have gotten some extra recognition. I'm going to move on quite abruptly to the golf. Now, we made a bit of a mistake with the 9-hole golf. I was really pleased to get it in with the whole booking. Here was a little bit of a nod to Scarefest, maybe Scarefest / the farm. 9-hole golf, and there's 2 separate sets of 9 holes, but we only did the first 9 holes. For some reason, we didn't think we could do the second set, but there was nothing stopping you from going in and doing them. So I'm gutted that we missed out on the side with Original Nemesis in it, among others. But here are some of my photos of the first half of the golf. I loved the Oblivion hole. To be honest, I loved the theme of all of the 9 holes that we did. I want to say this was a little bit of Ugland, I think. Now, I can't remember Ugland. My partner could. I have to say, I think my favourite themed hole was Rita, because look at this. How amazing does that look? It's perfect. I absolutely loved it. Now, a few months ago, I had seen a couple of videos, there's the rapids, where people had discussed that the signage for all of the holes was quite worn. However, the signage had been taken down and replaced. I know it's a bit mucky there, but in terms of the signs for each hole, they were completely revamped. And I'm really surprised that all of the holes are still quite set in the past with all this nostalgia. That was my favourite bit, by the way, the chicken pooping out the ball. But I have to say, I really don't want them to change it. So here is the water park. Now, it was very naive of me to think, when we were considering Splash Landings Hotel, that you would get entry to the water park included in your hotel stay. You can see there's a bit of a hot tub, different pools, a few different little slides, one of those big buckets that tips the water everywhere. And the water coaster does look fun. And I could still have a nice visit here and have a nice time. And I'm sure that I would. Maybe it would be a good thing to have a couple more sort of thrill type slides. Maybe one of those where you stand in the near vertical tube and they take the floor away and you just go dashing down. They're quite fun, but I poo my pants every time. Every time the floor's about to go. But yeah, maybe a couple of other additions to the water park, slightly more thrill type slides would be great. It looked so nice in the dark, though, with all the lights on. I just thought it looked so pretty. And they didn't have to have these coloured lights on, but they did. And it just looks so, so lovely. It makes you wish that it was open. And I can imagine that if you were going to the water park the next day and you were staying over, that it would just be really, really exciting. So I did think it looked quite nice. So the next little bit here is our experience at the Crooked Spoon. So we decided to book for 7 p.m. There were a few tables. It wasn't super, super crammed, but it was busy enough for a bit of an atmosphere. Now, I sadly don't have the prices to hand. Safe to say, though, that it was pricey without a discount. I don't know if I said at the beginning, but I have a Merlin Gold Pass, so I got 20% off, I believe, of the hotel stay, and also got the same 20% off here at Crooked Spoon. Now, I had fajitas, so I had the little wraps here, and then I had the guacamole, sour cream, and salsa, and it was a build your own, which I actually really liked, and there were some nice bits of sweet potato, some lime, halloumi cheese, and then the roasted vegetables at the bottom of that sort of sizzling pan over there. Now, I ordered the chicken version, and I actually had to get the waitress to check with the kitchen because I had to pull up my order because I didn't get any chicken. I just got the halloumi version. And they did bring me a separate tray of chicken and obviously apologised and everything, but it was a little annoying that I had ordered the chicken version and the chicken version was not made. But the issue was resolved nice and quickly and professionally and everything. So, the customer service there was really, really good. But it was just a little gutting that the error was made. But this was really, really nice. Now, at first, we were unsure how to actually apply the discount. And this is where I'm not sure if you can sort of diddle it a bit, because there was no option to put in your pass number or anything when you were ordering online for this. And my partner actually asked the waitress, and she said, you put, was it Merlin Pass 20? Or so, I'm sure she said Merlin Pass 20, and you put that in the voucher code section, but anyone could put that. Hopefully I've not just messed it up and then they're going to improve it and then other people can't take advantage. Oops, if so. But yeah, I just thought it was really surprising that that's all you have to put in, and there wasn't any actual kind of, if you know the right thing to put in, there wasn't really any policing of it. So that did surprise me a bit. But at first we were gutted that we might not be able to get the discount because we couldn't work out how it worked. But then when she told us, you just put, actually it might have been Merlin 20. But anyway, whatever it was just a bit too easy, But anyway, despite the error with my chicken, the food was nice. My partner had a burger and chips, and then we shared some little cheesy garlic dough balls off the kids' menu. The only thing I would say, and you can see the menus in the bottom corner there, is that there wasn't a huge amount of choice at all. Again, not really a huge issue, but I'm surprised. It would have been nice to maybe have had a couple more dishes, to be honest, just for that extra little bit of choice. But it was very nice. Now, I've put these images in on landscape because I just thought it doesn't matter so much, because you kind of, what's where if you are a regular visitor to the park. So this is just something that we didn't realise until we had a little explore around the sort of accommodation. And it's the fact that when it gets dark, the map changes on the Alton Towers app. So I just thought it looked really nice how they've lit everything up, and it just looks really cute. And it was just a nice little touch. They didn't have to do this, but I just thought it was really nice. We did have a little walk around a bit of Enchanted Village and just did a circuit of the pods just to have a look. One thing we were surprised about was how small the pods were. I mean, essentially, the pods, they're the cheapest accommodation option, and they're essentially wooden tents. It is just 4 bed spaces, and that's it. I know it's akin to camping, but if I'm staying in a tent, I know what's what. I know there's not a toilet there. I know there's a toilet and shower block nearby. That's fine. But I'm surprised with the price that you're paying for the pods that there isn't at least a toilet and a sink in there. Fair enough, no food facilities, fair enough, no shower or bath or anything, of course. But it would be nice just to at least have a toilet there and obviously a sink to wash your hands. But anyway, the Enchanted Village looked really, really cute. I would love to stay there one day. The Alton Towers Hotel, we did go in there, and there was some Oktoberfest singing going on. Here's the park, by the way, all lit up. The singing, we only watched for sort of a couple of minutes from one of the sort of mezzanine levels above, because shows and sort of singing, it's not really our thing to watch or listen to. But really nice. We found the giant chair where you can sit on and pose for pictures. Don't know if I would go out of my way to pay more money to stay in the Alton Towers Hotel as opposed to Splash Landings, for example. But really nice. Yeah, seemed really good. Went in the shop, almost bought a beach towel that was reduced to clear for £6, and wanted to buy lots of other stuff in there, of course. But nice place, really nice place. So here is the breakfast. So we're going now to breakfast at Splash Landings. It didn't take long for us to get seated for our time. You pick a time slot when you book in for your breakfast at Flambeau Jumbo's. Really liked it. Really nice selection. There were small muffins and little pain au chocolats, croissants, things like that. There was a really nice selection of fresh fruit, and it was all delicious, hence the pineapple and watermelon you can see. There was all your usual like scrambled eggs, fried eggs. Can't remember if they were poached eggs, but all your usual kind of English breakfast things, baked beans. Then there was a coffee machine. The coffee was very nice. And then there was a juice machine as well. And it was just a nice breakfast selection, good quality. We ate as much as we could and took a couple of pastries and as snacks into the park. Yeah, it was really nice. Really, really liked it. So that's pretty much it. In kind of summary, I really enjoyed my stay at Splash Landings. I would recommend it. I don't know if I would pay the same sort of prices without the discount. I don't think I would. There are lots of other accommodation options locally. So if you are worried about budget, you can still stay really, really locally to the park and pay next to nothing. I've stayed in a cabin, almost like in a little rocky quarry type setting before. That was really good. And that was about a 10-minute drive away. A similar journey away, I've also stayed in a yurt, which was on a small bit with a couple of shepherd's huts and things. And that was really good. That was about, I think it was like £41 for one midweek night. It was great, for the price. It was incredible. So thank you very, very much for watching / listening, and I'll see you next time.